31-year-long treasure hunt, the quest for the golden owl.
Treasure hunters armed with shovels and metal detectors combed through every corner of France in search of the golden owl.
Oh my God! Real owl.
The real golden owl.
Wow.
I'm about to tell you the story of a treasure hunt so epic it makes Indiana Jones look like a Boy Scout. I'm talking about the Golden Owl, a $1 million prize that has been hidden for over 2 decades. You won't believe the lengths people have gone to find it. But what you really won't believe is that Josh Gates, the modern-day king of adventure, might have just cracked the case. And the secret he's uncovered is a bombshell that changes everything we thought we knew about this legendary quest. A legend unearthed. For 25 long years, the Golden Owl was more than just a treasure. It was a legend, a ghost story whispered among treasure hunters, a maddening puzzle that seemed destined to remain unsolved. But not all things are what they seem. Many people are crazy about these kinds of stories, but the thing nobody tells you is that sometimes the legend becomes reality. And for Josh Gates, that reality came crashing into view in a muddy field in the French countryside. You see, this isn't your average treasure hunt. We're not talking about a few faded clues on a pirate map. The Golden Owl is the prize in a game of wits, a challenge laid down by a mysterious man known only as Max Valentin. He created 11 riddles, each a masterpiece of misdirection and layered meanings. These clues, published in a book in 1993, were supposed to lead one clever individual to a buried bronze owl.
It was very complicated. They've been trying to solve it for years.
Everyone is eager to find out where it really was.
Find the bronze owl and you could exchange it for the real deal. A 10-inch tall statue made of solid gold and silver, weighing a staggering 33 pounds and worth a cool $1 million. For a quarter of a century, thousands of choueteurs or owl hunters have dedicated their lives to solving Max's puzzle. They've pored over the clues, debated theories on internet forums, and dug up countless acres of French soil. Some have lost their fortunes, their sanity, and even their lives in the pursuit. The hunt became an obsession, a cultural phenomenon in France. But as the years turned into decades, hope began to fade. Max Valentin himself passed away in 2009, taking many of the secrets of the hunt to his grave. It seemed the Golden Owl might be lost forever. But then, along came Josh Gates. The host of Expedition Unknown has a reputation for tackling the world's greatest mysteries.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Golden Owl, a contest I knew nothing about. And once I started researching it, I was hooked.
But the Golden Owl was a different kind of beast. This wasn't a case of following ancient maps or deciphering forgotten languages. This was a battle of wits against a modern-day sphinx. Gates didn't just want to find the treasure, he wanted to understand the mind of the man who created it. He assembled a team of experts, including some of the most dedicated choueteurs who had been on the hunt since the very beginning.
How long each of you have been looking?
21.
Anybody else can beat that? Anybody from the very beginning?
24.
Wow, we've got some long-term lunatics here.
They didn't just reread the riddles, they deconstructed them. They looked for patterns that everyone else had missed. And they found one. A hidden code, a secret key that unlocked the entire puzzle. It was a WTF moment, a realization that the solution was both simpler and more complex than anyone had ever imagined. The trail led them to the city of Bourges, a place that had been considered and discarded by hunters many times before. But Gates and his team had a new perspective. They weren't just looking at the clues, they were looking at how the clues worked together. And in Bourges, they found their X that marked the spot. The final clue wasn't a riddle, it was a physical location, a place that perfectly matched the cryptic instructions left by Max Valentin. The treasure was within their grasp, but as they began to dig, they had no idea they were about to unearth a new mystery, one even stranger than the first. 25 years of madness. To understand the discovery, you have to understand the man who started it all. Max Valentin was a pseudonym, a carefully crafted persona for a man named Regis Hauser. Hauser was a marketing consultant, a puzzle enthusiast, and a bit of a showman. He loved the idea of creating a real-life adventure, a treasure hunt that anyone could participate in from the comfort of their own home. The concept was simple, but the execution was genius. Hauser, along with the artist Michael Becker, created the book On the Trail of the Golden Owl. Becker's surreal, dreamlike paintings were just as important as Valentine's riddles. Each image was packed with hidden details, visual puns, and subtle clues that corresponded to the text. The book was a work of art in itself, a tantalizing invitation to a world of mystery. The thing that made the Golden Owl hunt so addictive was its accessibility. You didn't need a degree in archaeology or a massive expedition budget to play. All you needed was the book, a good map of France, and a sharp mind. This armchair treasure hunt concept was a sensation. Tens of thousands of copies of the book were sold, and a community of choueteurs was born. But as the initial excitement wore off, the true difficulty of the puzzle became apparent. The riddles were incredibly dense, drawing on history, mythology, science, and wordplay. Some clues were straightforward, while others were deliberately misleading. Valentin had created a labyrinth of logic, and the choueteurs were the mice trying to find their way through. Over the years, the hunt took on a life of its own. Rivalries formed between different factions of hunters, each convinced they had the correct solution. Some people spent their life savings on trips to France, digging up promising locations based on their interpretations of the clues.
I have a pick and a few other tools. I think today is the day I find it.
The hunt even had its dark side. In 2019, a man was found lifeless in a forest, having apparently taken his own life after years of fruitless searching. The Golden Owl was no longer just a game, it was a dangerous obsession. The mystery deepened when Max Valentin passed away. He had always claimed that he had left the solutions in a sealed envelope to be opened if the treasure was not found within a certain amount of time, but after his death, his family revealed that no such envelope existed. The only person who knew the true location of the Golden Owl was gone. This is the world that Josh Gates stepped into, a world of secrets, of false leads, and of a community on the verge of giving up. He knew that to solve the puzzle, he had to do more than just follow the clues. He had to think like Max Valentin. He had to get inside the mind of the man who had created this 25-year-long enigma. And to do that, he had to talk to the people who knew him best. What he learned from Valentin's inner circle would not only help him find the treasure, but also uncover a shocking secret about the hunt itself. Riddles within riddles. The choueteurs had been stuck for years on the same set of problems. They had a general idea of the search area, a zone about the size of a small city, but they couldn't pinpoint the exact location. The final riddle, the super solution, was supposed to bring all the other clues together to reveal the hiding place, but no one could figure it out. Josh Gates and his team took a different approach. They laid out all 11 riddles, not as a linear sequence, but as a web of interconnected clues. They realized that the riddles weren't meant to be solved one after the other. They were a system, a code that had to be deciphered as a whole. The wow factor here is that they found a hidden pattern in the colors used in Becker's paintings. It was a color wheel, a cipher that revealed the true order of the riddles. This was the breakthrough they needed. By reordering the riddles, they were able to extract a new set of clues, a hidden message that had been staring everyone in the face for 25 years. The message pointed them to Bourges, but with a new level of precision. It wasn't just the city of Bourges, it was a specific point within the city, a location that held a deep personal significance for Max Valentin. The team followed the new trail, their excitement growing with every step. The final clue led them to a small, unassuming patch of land, a place that had been overlooked by every other hunter. It was here, under the roots of an ancient tree, that their metal detector finally gave them the signal they had been waiting for. They dug with a feverish intensity, the earth giving way to reveal the top of a wooden chest. It was a heart-stopping moment, the culmination of 25 years of searching. With the cameras rolling, Josh Gates lifted the heavy lid, and there it was, the Golden Owl. Not the $1 million original, but the bronze replica, exactly as Max Valentin had described. The discovery sent shockwaves through the choueteur community. After all this time, the hunt was finally over. Or was it? The bronze owl was just a marker, a key. The real prize was still out there, waiting to be claimed. And to get it, Gates and his team had to present the bronze owl to Max Valentin's estate. But there was a problem, a big one. The man who held the key to the real treasure, the one person who could verify their find, was about to drop a bombshell that would change everything. The owl's last secret. The discovery of the bronze owl should have been the end of the story, a triumphant conclusion to a 25-year-long adventure. But as Josh Gates was about to find out, the golden owl had one last trick up its sleeve. The thing is, when you're dealing with a mystery this complex, you can never be sure you have all the answers. When Gates contacted Max Valentine's estate, he was met with a shocking revelation. The artist, Michael Becker, claimed that he was now the rightful owner of the golden owl. This threw the entire discovery into chaos. Gates had the bronze owl, the key to the treasure, but now he was caught in the middle of a messy legal battle that threatened to keep the real golden owl hidden forever. But what if the fight isn't a roadblock? What if it's just another clue? Some of the most dedicated owl hunters believe Becker's intervention is the final, unwritten riddle. So where does that leave us? Josh Gates solved a 25-year-old mystery, but the $1 million prize remains tantalizingly out of reach. It makes you wonder, was this all part of Max Valentine's master plan? Many people are crazy about the idea that this was never just a hunt for gold. One of the wildest theories circulating in the community is that the entire hunt was a massive social experiment designed by Valentine to study human obsession and greed. Did he want to see how far people would go? How much they would sacrifice for a puzzle? The theories get even stranger. Some whisper that the golden owl isn't the real treasure at all. They believe it's merely a key, a physical marker that unlocks a far greater secret hidden within the riddles. Perhaps the location of a lost Templar artifact or a document that could rewrite French history. You see, the thing nobody tells you is that the riddles are so layered with historical and alchemical references that they could easily hide a second, more profound meaning. The hunt for gold could just be a cover story for something much more important. And then there's the ultimate conspiracy, that Max Valentine never actually passed away. Could he have faked his own demise to watch his game play out from the shadows? A puppet master pulling the strings for eternity? It sounds like something out of a movie, but for a man who dedicated his life to creating the ultimate mystery, would it really be that surprising? The story of the golden owl is no longer about a simple treasure. It's a labyrinth of legal battles, social experiments, and historical conspiracies. It's a story that has captivated a nation and reminded us all that there are still secrets out there, waiting to be discovered. You wonder if this kind of thing can happen overnight, if it's all just a stroke of luck. But the truth is, this was the result of looking at a problem from a completely new perspective. Are we all capable of that? Are there other million-dollar secrets buried in our own backyards, just waiting for us to look at the world a little differently? So, the treasure is found, but the story is far from over. What do you think will happen next? Will Josh Gates ever get his hands on the real golden owl? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Was Max Valentine a genius or a madman? You decide.